second.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to our live feed of the GNCC Mixed Championships.
Oh, I was gonna. Never
So
mind.
that we could be okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so we just had some minor technical difficulty over there. But yeah, so welcome to our live feed of the GNCC Mixed Playdowns. And we have our final draw for today. Streaming live from the Potomac Curling Club at the National Capital Curling Center. This is Benjo, and with me are
Callie.
And Janine.
yes, and we're very happy to have you with us today. Um, it's been a great weekend of curling. We've seen some fantastic matches. And it's just been a joy to see all these teams competing today and yesterday.
There have been some great close matches, especially that last draw.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a couple of good ones. Two games went to extra ends, and one of the games on sheet A went all the way to the final rock to determine the outcome of the game. So that was a delight. And so we have a tiebreaker game for this evening.
Because of the who won on
Right.
on sheet A.
Right.
Because of some amazing rocks on
Right.
sheet A.
So the GNCC mixed Playdowns has two pools. Pool A already has its top two teams. Team Pulley with a 4-1 record curling out of Rochester. Team Shaw also with a 4-1 record curling out of Potomac. And Mayfield Curling Clubs. And on Pool B, our top team is Team Clausen curling out of Potomac, Four Seasons, and Broomstones. And we have today is the fight for second place on Pool B between Team Mooney, skipped by Mark Mooney, vice Nina Reininger, second Don Arsenault, and lead Patricia Hefner. And they're facing Team Anderson. Team Mooney is curling out of
Plainfield and Chicago.
Plainfield and Chicago. There you go. And they're facing Team Anderson from Philadelphia and Broomstones. Skip Emily Anderson, vice Cody Klauser, second Libby Brundage, and lead Dan Cooper. And here we go.
Okay. So Team Anderson with the hammer in this first end. Got what looks like a center guard lying down there. Oh, might make it into the house.
It is.
Yeah, it did make it into the house.
So it's been a lively atmosphere with all the teams
Yes.
room stacking behind us.
There's actually still a pretty good crowd here. We had a whole bunch of people for the last draw.
Yeah, there was a lot of cheering
A
earlier
lot of
today.
cheering. We'll be looking at one sheet, and then suddenly there's cheering on another sheet. You go, oh, what happened over there?
Yeah, those were great to see.
Corner guard.
Corner guard there, put up by Team Anderson.
And just taps that red one back a little ways.
And by the way, we do thank you for joining us.
Thank you for staying up late for this last draw tonight. Should be a good one.
And we're very happy that you chose our live stream. We know that you had a couple of options.
We know that you have choices when it comes
Choices.
to your live stream of curling, and we do appreciate that you've chosen us.
Over the Scotties.
Over the Scotties, yes. Now, if you
Or you
are
might
one-
have both the Scotties in our feed.
if you
on
can
your
see
computers.
some of the some of the images here. We do have the Scotties playing on in the background in our warm room. So you don't have to miss out on anything here.
Although it's really tiny.
So both teams with a couple of guards set up in front of the house.
Yes, line. Yes, line. Yep.
Don Arsenault with his first stone for the game.
Let's get to the far end.
Skip Emily Anderson calling for stone on the top 12. Or no, sorry, she called for a hit.
I think she's calling.
Clear things up.
We did have a whole lot of guards sitting up there.
Yeah, it's quite hard to get something in if you have a lot of things in front of the house.
So you should field off one of those guards.
Don Arsenault trying to draw in. And looks like it's going to get there.
Yeah, it looks like it'll make it around the guards up front.
And it just goes over the tee line.
Sitting now in the 8-foot.
Yeah. So it's in there, but it was a bit heavy.
Yeah.
Landed at the back of the tee line.
Does have some nice cover from that guard out front.
It does.
But it is pretty far back.
Yeah, it is far back, and the yellow team can use it as a buffer if they draw a heavy draw and find themselves past the tee line. They can always use the red at the back of the house.
And Libby Brundage's second stone here.
Team Anderson, of course, has hammer, the sand. And they knock one of the guards, the red guards, inside the house on the top 12.
Looks like Mooney's going to try to replace that one.
Sweeper's just cleaning the ice.
Yep. Get it over, guys. Yep. Get it over.
Pushing it in. And it might just have made it over the hog
It
line.
just made it over the hog.
It did.
Yeah, I think the teams might already have a feel for the ice. They're starting to throw good weights.
Yeah, we've had some of the ones where you start out being really heavy or really light, but this one has started out a little bit better than some of the
Yeah, the match I was commentating on earlier today took a while before people got settled and finding their weights properly. First two ends, every stone was just sailing past the house. And sometimes it really takes a while for you to get a feel for
it's
what
hard
the
not to
ice.
overcorrect sometimes.
Right.
When you throw really heavy and you go, oh, I need to lighten it up a bit.
Right.
up
Especially
hogging the
especially for newer curlers.
Yes.
All right, you just saw a double takeout. Team Anderson
Nice.
took out two reds. Yes. Well, Team Mooney setting up.
Okay.
Mark Mooney calling for the hit on the top 12 yellow stone. just cleaning the ice. Looks like it's going to get there.
I think they're hoping it
Yeah, it's
curls a little
curling in.
bit more. Well, it's
Not enough.
not
And
quite
the
enough weight
shooter
on there.
spills out of the house. So yellow still sitting 1.
As we go to Vice Cody Klauser, his second stone here. Looks like they're just trying to draw behind some of the guard up there.
Yeah, there's a couple of guards there that they can hide behind. And they would want some stones in there.
Okay. Oh, they do just make it
Just-
into the house. I don't know if that one is.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it outscores
No, it doesn't.
the second shot, the red second shot.
It's always hard to tell from this angle, but I do think that red stone is closer. Okay. So we're down to skip stones. We've got Mark Mooney. That's in his first stone.
Here we go. So they might be trying to tap their.
Promote their.
Oh no, they're trying to hit the back yellow. Oh, it made it. Oh, that was
very
a great
nicely
shot.
done.
That was a great shot. It didn't seem like there was a lot of space from here,
From this angle, it didn't look like it, but they.
and they
Just.
made it pretty
Made-
well. It's well hidden behind the yellow there. It's going to be hard to
Yeah, it's got some.
It was
repeat that shot and take the red out.
what you would say was a make it work moment if you're a
So red now sitting 2.
If this were Project Runway,
Exactly.
it would be a make it work moment.
Make it work moment.
Make it work moment.
Thank you, Tim Gunn.
And of course, at this level, I'm pretty sure they could make it work.
I hope so.
It's not the Sunday Pizza League or the Tuesday Social League.
It's been great having some of the really excellent curling going on here at the club. Let's see. This is Skip Emily Anderson's first stone.
Trying to do the same shot.
Hard to see from
Might make it.
hard to tell from this angle.
And just clips the
clips the red.
red guard.
Sending the red. I think that's
And
Into the
it's
12.
Still
into the
second
12.
shot.
I think,
Yeah.
Yes.
Still outscores the yellow.
I think, but it is hard to tell from this angle.
Well, we still have 2 more stones in this end. One for each skip.
So Team Mooney trying to put one in on the left side of the left top 12. Yeah, so basically they're trying to block the hit path for their shot stone.
And what it does look like is they do have second. Hard to tell. But looks like they will try to block off that path.
Yeah, and to try to force Team Anderson to draw behind the guards for one. Looks like it's going to get there.
Looks like it's slowing down.
Just heavy.
A little heavier than I think they.
And perhaps didn't curl quite as much.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
was a bit
under cover.
heavy.
Looks like Team Anderson is going to try to take that one out, and if they can.
And
Stay
hit
a
and
little bit.
stay for hit
Yeah.
and stick for one. And sometimes that's the better option rather than trying to draw in, especially if you're still trying to feel out what your draw weights are. Here we go.
Okay. This is the hammer.
The sweepers are early on it, trying to hold the line. Looks like it's going to get there, and
And
they got it. They just nosed the red for one.
so that is one for Team Anderson.
One for Team Anderson after the first end of play. Top two teams from the mixed playdowns, of course, will go on to represent the Grand National Curling Club at the National Mixed Curling Championships in Denver, Colorado later this year.
And I believe these are the last teams. I think everything else has already been decided for that.
For the
For the
last four.
semifinals, yeah. So we have three
Okay.
teams already in the semifinals,
Tomorrow.
and these two teams are competing for the fourth slot for a chance to vie for one of those two slots at the nationals. And we have had a couple of teams, or maybe one team, at least one team from the club that has gone on to the mixed nationals a couple of years ago. Sweepers are early on it, trying to push it over.
Yeah. Let's see if they might make it. Keep going.
Yeah, it's over the
Okay.
hog.
And they got it there. That was a good sweep for a one guard. And sweeping, for the layperson or the person who doesn't watch curling, sweeping for them might seem a bit ridiculous or funny, but it actually is a very important part of the sport, especially at this level where they're trying to really push the ice in, push the stone in, and try to give
You can
certain
do a lot.
nudges. Do a lot with the sweeping, yeah.
Can control exactly, the direction it's going in a little bit. You can kind of hold the line straight before it curls too much.
And it's not easy as it looks. It's a lot of cardio.
Helps
Yeah.
keep you warm on the ice, though.
True. Corner guard there by Team Mooney. And Team Anderson trying to draw behind those two guards.
If you pay attention, you can really see how hard they're working to sweep. Oh,
Just gets it past the T line.
looks like Team Mooney's going to try to.
It is a bit exposed though.
I think they're going to
And,
try to maybe freeze to that. Hit.
Freeze meaning pull up right beside or in front. More of a defensive move, so to speak. Or tapping it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't necessarily a freeze in this case. It was
Still,
Ooh.
Tap
still biting there on the back of the 12-foot.
Yes, it is.
Looks like Team Anderson's going to try to take that red stone out. Benjo, do you know what a curler's favorite kind of thing to eat for dinner is?
Oh, I'm excited to hear what it is.
Takeout.
Oh, good gracious.
Yeah, I think that was a good one.
No comments, folks. We're all volunteers here, and none of us are going to quit our day job for. But
For
you
curling
never know.
commentary?
Yep.
Curling commentary. You never know.
I think they're going to get this one out, but I think they
Yep.
wanted a...
And they just knocked their
But
yellow one out.
out the back. In exchange.
Still a bit exposed. Skip Mark Mooney calling for the hit and roll behind the guards. So for this, you would want the control weight. And you'd want to catch the inside of the stone just to give it enough to hide behind those two guards.
See if they can pull it off.
And it just hits the outside.
Rolls a little bit the wrong direction for them.
Yes, it did.
But they managed
It's not
to
the
hit,
worst outcome.
They managed not to hit the stone in the 12-foot out. But it looks like me exchanging volleys here. Team Anderson looking to take out that red stone in the 8-foot.
Sweepers are on it early. And they're gonna get it, no, just nosing the red out.
Right out. Yeah, looks like
Mark Mooney calling for the hit and roll again.
hoping to have a little bit more success than they did last time.
Might be a bit
I think they're going to
narrow or not.
No, I
It's
think
hard
they're
to
making
see from here.
Oh,
And
A successful takeout, and it rolls under cover.
yeah, it does have some partial cover there from the red guard out front.
it's covered, but I think they can see half
Yeah,
of it.
I think it's only half covered. I think you could
But it's better than the
Better
last
than
one,
nothing.
which went to the other direction.
which
so.
went the other way.
Okay.
Now they're gonna try to draw in into the 4-foot. Or maybe do the run back to get to the red inside the 8-foot. It's gonna be a
got
tough
some good
shot, but
weight on
definitely
it.
makeable.
Okay.
And oh, they almost got it.
Almost. Got rid of one of those red stones. Still
And-
sitting one in the 8-foot.
Team really trying to draw in. Might be a bit light. I don't
Sweeper's
think
really
it's gonna
working
get
on that,
there.
but I don't think they're going to make it.
No. trying to provide a
Not the
little.
worst outcome. Covers
No.
their red inside the 8 foot.
This makes it difficult to get it to
And again, they have the hammer, so
Looks like Anderson's trying to draw behind those guards out front. Looks like might be a little heavy there,
Oh, it's going to take out that back 12.
but it is gonna.
it's a bit heavy.
Well, it's
But
second.
that does have some nice backing for the Yellowstone there.
Yeah, it's second shot.
Team Mooney trying to put a couple of stones inside the house behind the cover of those guards. And both teams have seem to have some minor issues with their weights. Just a little bit lighter, a little bit heavy.
Still trying to perfect the weight on this one. This one looks, it slows down
This
here.
one might
They might have gotten it. Oh, a very nice shot there. A little bit, looks like
a
maybe
bit
half
exposed.
covered.
It is exposed, and they could
Just
do
on the
the.
side.
Might be going for a controlled hit on this red in the 4 foot.
This is Skip Emily Anderson's first stone. Team Mooney again with the hammer this end.
And the sweepers are on it early. But they might just try to freeze on the red, try to tab it just a
I
bit.
don't know if it's going to make it there. Maybe.
Twice Cody Klauser out to help out. And it's
A lot of
not gonna
sweeping
get
gets
there.
it to the 12 foot, but not all the way to that.
So red is still sitting 2.
You hear the audience, the other folks here, they are watching. Is that the Scotties on
The
TV?
Scotties, yes.
And oohing and awing over the different shots and misses of that game. And you can see a little bit of it at the top of your screen on the leftist side.
So this is Mark Mooney's first shot. Looks like he's going to try to get around that yellow in the 12 foot. Sweeper's just cleaning the ice.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to sit on the yellow just to prevent the rollback. Might just be a tad heavy.
Here we go.
Or not. I think
I
it's
don't
going to
know.
get there.
I don't know. I think it's slowing down a lot. Okay.
So that makes
Little light.
the run back to the red in the 4-foot a bit trickier, or a lot more trickier.
A lot trickier. We've got 2 stones left.
And that's exactly what they're going to
They're going to try.
try to do. So what they would want to do is to keep the yellow sticking inside the 4-foot or the 8-foot and be shot rock.
They could get a good angle on the red coming out of the 4-foot and not hit their yellow back. It would make it a little bit trickier for Mooney to...
Tricky shot, but totally doable at this level. And let's see how it goes. And it might be a bit wide.
Yeah, let's look, let's look.
Oh!
Okay.
Not quite what they were hoping for.
I'm not
I don't know. Well, but right now we've got Mooney going into the hammer, lying 2.
So they could draw for 3, or if they're a bit adventurous, they could try to go for the 5 and try to get that red one out.
Well, if you can hit that yellow one back, you could potentially get... I don't know that you're going to get 5, but I think 4 could be doable.
Yeah, because it is that close to the other red hanging off the back.
Yeah,
of
but
the
I think
12.
they're electing for the draw.
I agree. That's what it looks like.
It's pretty early in the match,
Yeah.
so
Well, and if they can just draw, that'll get them 3 at this point.
just need to bring it into the
8-foot.
8-foot,
And even if they hit that red one,
and they get it there for
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Team Mooney scored 3 on that end, and we are now at 3-1 after 2 ends in this tiebreaker for the GNCC mixed playdowns last final semifinal slot slated for tomorrow. It's been great to see how many different clubs are represented in this weekend's playdowns. We have clubs from Massachusetts,
clubs
down
from Chicago.
all the way down to Charlotte,
New Jersey.
and New Jersey,
Jersey.
Philadelphia, Pittsburgh.
I mean, that's the great thing about the Grand National Curling Club. We have clubs all over the East
The
Coast
East
here.
Coast, so it is the largest regional curling club, it's curling
All the way up to
association,
Maine, all the way down to Florida.
all the way down to Florida, with 60 clubs all over the eastern United States.
As long as you're touching the center. As long as you're touching the center. That's great, Patty.
So Team Mooney lying down a center guard there.
And they are
Lots of
on
sweeping
early.
around.
Might have been
I
a
don't
bit
know if that's going to
wide.
get there.
That are just over.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot of
bit
sweeping
wide.
just to get it over the hog.
Yeah, and it is a bit wide.
It is.
But they got it there.
They did. Is a testament to sweeping.
Well, where's the weight? All right, we lost line. This is corner at this point. Whoa. This is way over curling.
And that one's going to be a corner guard. I think they wanted to draw on that one. I didn't see the call.
I think they did. You said they lost the line early, so I
Yeah.
think they were trying to get behind.
Yeah, we heard them say that it's over curling.
Yeah, so the center line might be a bit, or might cause a lot of curl. It's curling a lot. Trying to get that in behind the red.
It does look like they got it.
And I think they might
there.
have got it.
Yeah. At least from this angle, it looks like maybe a little bit of it visible, but not.
Yeah, I think they've got it behind the that corner red.
That looks like Mooney's going to try to hit and roll there. Try to keep the line there.
Try to keep the line.
And they make it past that guard.
Nice work.
Not quite as much roll at the end as I think they wanted, but they did a nice job.
They did get the yellow.
Getting the Yellowstone out.
But exposed the shooter.
Which I think Anderson is going to try to take out now.
Take out, then roll behind the red. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Both teams have been pretty good with their takeouts. And this one hit the inside.
Oh, and it does look like it's rolled under that center guard. So a little bit of cover there.
Still works.
Huh. I think it's not quite enough cover, and Mooney's going to try to take it out.
Both teams trading hits at this point.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Looks like they'll get that Yellowstone out.
It's going to spill out of the house.
Then the shooter spilled.
Team Anderson has the stone, has the hammer for this end. Yeah, that's
I think we all knew what you meant.
yeah. Yeah, that one came up a bit light and narrow. Mark Mooney calling for one on the top 12 on the right.
Trying to get that under the cover from the couple of corner guards up there.
Stay close. Stay close. I just do a straight draw here.
Is it going to curl enough?
Hard line, hard line. Yep, get it in, guys. Hard, 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 hard. Hard, 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 hard for wider. Yep, 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 yep. Go, 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 go.
And it's biting just a bit behind the red.
It does have a little bit of cover there. I can't quite tell how much is exposed from this angle. But
they're just going to try to draw behind the guards on the right. Team Anderson, of course, trying to score multiple points with a hammer in this end. And they need to start getting some stones and play inside the house.
so that's nice in the 8-foot. Looks like pretty good cover.
Yeah. Or it might not be as covered as we thought.
Well, clearly Mooney thinks that they're going to be able to hit that one. I think they're trying for a hit and roll.
Narrow. Might be, or it's going to get there actually.
Just has to get around those guards, which it does.
Oh, that was a great shot. That was a great shot. Barely missed the
I thought it was hitting the guards.
Yeah, from here, I thought it was going to snag the guard a bit. And going to put back that shot. So I think they've already figured out their draw rates by this time.
Definitely feels like this end is more on target with where they want to be. Let's see.
And they put it back there. Just might be a bit heavy.
It's a bit heavier than the last one.
A bit heavier than the last one. Still covered.
So just outside the 8 foot.
They might want to either hit it out or just freeze on it.
So we're down to skip stones here. This will be Mark Mooney's first stone.
With the red on the 12 foot might be hard for Team Anderson to go for the blank in this end.
Okay.
Oh, they're trying to hit it out.
They've got some weight behind it.
And they just
They
got
do
it.
tick it out.
A big shout out to our 34 viewers who
All
chose
34 of you.
who chose our live stream over the Scotties for their curling entertainment this weekend.
Or their dual entertainment.
Well, I like to, think that you've got Scotties on one screen, us on the other.
Yeah, 'cause who can't get enough curling.
So if you feel like commenting, we'll see your response if you put it up on the chat. I mean, we will see what you've told us.
We'll see it. We'll decide if we want to respond.
And if it's a question, we will do our best to answer it.
Okay. So skip Emily Anderson. This is her first stone. Team Anderson, of course, with the hammer this end.
Dan. Gotta go line.
Looks like it's curling a bit. I don't know. Is it going to get around those guards? Okay. No, it did make it.
It did.
Might be a bit heavy. And
Just biting there. Okay.
ooh, that's
Oh, that's a...
the red might just be outscoring the yellow on the back 12. It's kind of hard to see from here and from the screen. But it looks like red is shot.
Okay, we have some input from Kyle, who says the Scotties is done for the night. And Simone has let us know that the Scotties continue tomorrow, that we have their undivided attention.
That is wonderful to hear.
Simone, shout out to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kyle, you as well. Thank you very much for letting us know what's happening in the Scotties and that you are paying attention.
Scotties are playing, behind us, so we have not been paying as much attention to them.
Yeah. Kyle and Simone, of course, were timers yesterday, and were volunteers, as everyone here.
Yeah, the
Potomac Curling Club, entirely
Volunteers
run
from
by
the Potomac Curling
volunteers.
Club, from the GNCC, and we'd just like to thank everyone who made this event possible, from the timers to the officials to the ice team,
To the bartenders.
the bartenders, warm room people.
Yeah, giving out lots of water and Gatorade, etc. Keep us all hydrated. And the folks in the kitchen for the snacks.
Another very important part of any
For me, it's the
competition.
most important part. The snacks. Well, the booze. The
I would
booze.
say
Oh,
that
no,
the snacks
no,
would be.
no.
No?
As I said,
Snacks on.
you got the Gatorade. There's some Snapple back over there.
That was a good shot.
There we go.
Okay.
Forcing
right.
yellow to draw for 1.
Thank you, Michael, for the thumbs up. And John, I like curling. Aha, Simone sending a little message to Kyle. I think they're both going to be timers tomorrow. Hey, could someone tell us the score of the last Scotties game to let us know who has to play Homan tomorrow?
Let's see. As we all turn away
It's
from
11-7, Alberta.
Okay, no, I didn't turn around.
you know where the important action is.
Well,
We still have like a few
This is-
seconds before the final stone.
This is, of course, the hammer thrown by
Oh,
Don't
Abby
hate on
Anderson.
us.
carry one, we're told. And Kyle
Okay.
will be here for ice prep beforehand tomorrow as well. Thank you, Kyle. We really appreciate our ice prep folks, our ice masters and so on.
Drives a Toyota Corolla with Maryland plates. Sorry to hear that. Talk to Michelle. Oh no. My kids. Wait only. Take a look. Take a look. Clean. Clean.
Bit of bad news inside the warm room.
We did
Someone
get
might
distracted
just
there a
have
little bit.
been ticketed. And they're going to get it and
Is it going to
score 1.
Okay.
First to 1.
So adding that to Team Anderson, it's now 2. Team Mooney 3.
As we head now
All
into the
right.
fourth end.
Per Kyle, carry 1. Thank you. Oh,
For anybody
thank
who
you.
did not already know the
oh,
results.
oops. Oh, and then right after it, Michael Ray was nice to say, "Oh yeah, spoiler alert." Sorry, folks. In
I
case
think the
you,
trick is to drink some alcohol before
Oh,
talking.
patently mom. Great
Oh,
commentary.
goodness.
Ah,
That is, of course, my mother.
oh, is it?
Oh, oops. I don't
Okay.
think
Hi,
I
Mom.
should have
Thanks
said
for
that.
watching.
Thanks,
No,
Mom.
we drank some Kool-Aid. Just Kool-Aid and some Snapple over here.
So starting off the fourth end. Looks like we'll be getting a center guard here.
Yeah, they're working to get it back to the center line.
Got a 2-guard.
Okay.
Team was trying to draw behind that.
Looks like it'll get around there.
Well,
See how much further it's going to go.
is it going to slow down?
Yeah, I don't
Yes,
think
it
that
will.
got the cover they were hoping for.
It's wide open, and they're gonna try to hit it. Maybe get a bit of roll and hide behind the yellow guard.
Trying to keep the line there. Sneak around the guard.
And it looks like they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
I think a little more,
Ooh, and
more
it
roll than they were.
rolled under cover.
Yeah,
It's partially covered.
Nice.
I think they can see maybe half of it.
Yeah.
Half or 3/4.
He
It
does
does.
have a better angle at it than I can see.
Yeah, I think it's only about half covered there. I think Mooney is trying to hit that one out.
I might try to freeze on it. And it just gets past the yellow guard.
I don't think they're going to get back to the on the 4-foot, stopping in the 8-foot for that shot. I think there's enough of that red rock showing for them to be able to take out. I don't know. Low, is it going to
Just going to
sneak in
freeze on
past the
the red.
guard?
Oh, that's a great shot.
That was a great shot. Looks like they're trying to draw behind those stones. Maybe sneak just inside that yellow stone in the 4-foot.
Ooh. That
Hard turn to the right there.
picked on something. That's quite unfortunate.
Picked on something, yes, as you said.
Oh, that was quite unfortunate. I mean, these things do happen, and it's
We've all had it happen.
All had it happen.
And that's another good reason why you sweep and hopes
Sweep
of
to clear the ice. Hopefully you don't have any, any items like little puddles, things out there on the ice that you can pick on.
I've seen maybe one or two in the earlier games, but in general, the ice has been very well kept and.
Wonderful job by our ice team here.
Yep.
Absolutely. And they are here extra early and extra late.
Yeah, I'm amazed at the amount of work that they have to put in just to give us really good ice.
Especially for a play down like this.
It's important to have good ice to play on. They're
And
doing a wonderful job of keeping it in excellent shape.
I have noticed between the draws, there's time for them to do a very aggressive scraping and a double pebble per guidelines of GNCC, obviously.
So they are going to try to clear things up.
Run back the yellow.
Oh, that was a great shot.
Ooh.
But leaves their
The shot rock
leaves the red
exposed.
open.
Mooney with the hammer this end. It looks like Anderson is going to try to take out that stone at the 8-foot.
Sweepers on it early.
I'm going to hold the line, but
I think it's going to get there. Going to catch.
Yeah, it's going to catch it.
Outside and rolls behind those two guards for
a little bit of cover there.
Nice.
Pretty good shot. Put some pressure on Team Mooney here. So they're going to try to clear some things out in front of the house, keep things open.
It's like trying to get rid of that yellow guard up front.
And perhaps pushing it into
maybe one of the
just flat out of the way.
Okay. Some good weight on that one.
Oh, that was good.
Very nice.
That was a good run back. And skip Emily Anderson ordering, or rather calling, not ordering.
Yeah, this isn't Domino's.
Yeah.
You can get it on Postmates.
Calling for the same shot. Try to hide behind those
several guards out.
Red guards in front. Looks like it's going to hit one of the guards.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make it around them.
Yeah, it slowed down dramatically.
Yeah, it was light. Yeah. And Carl hit the guard.
In case you're wondering, these items right here.
Okay, so they're going to try another run back. Try to spill in.
Those are somebody's gloves sitting over there to the side.
So if they do get this, they will be sitting one. And it'll help them get some more points as they close out the end. Oh, that was another great shot.
Oh, very nicely done.
Oh, that was great.
Nice double out there.
I'm pretty amazed at the shots that I've been seeing.
Well, I think it goes from the, sitting here in our club, pretty novice curlers, to watching some experienced curlers.
Yeah, a bunch of first and second years here. Just like really amazed at the things we've been seeing.
Yeah, well, with the budget they pay the commentators.
Well,
this is what you get.
What you pay for.
What you pay for. Well, we do get 50% off of our drinks, so there's that.
Uh-huh.
And we can also get some cookies over there.
And we do have, Coke, Diet Coke, Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and Diet Dr. Pepper. And Sprite. Sorry.
And Sprite.
Oh, Mountain Dew, if you really want some caffeine.
Oh, that's
okay.
Okay.
So nice hit and roll by Team Anderson. They now have one the edge of the 8-foot, but covered by some guards out front.
No. Got 3 more stones in this end.
Mooney does have hammer. This will be Mark Mooney's first stone.
We just saw Patricia Hefner doing a little cleaning, sweeping, just in case.
Hate for a shot to be ruined by a little something on the ice.
So they're trying to draw behind
that red
their
guard.
2 guard.
It's curling. Make it pass, but is it going to slow down at the right time? Okay. So Mooney now shot rock. Looks like a little bit of cover from their guard.
They can see maybe a fourth of it.
Okay. You've got a better angle on that one.
Well, 2 more stones.
So if Emily Anderson gets this, Team Mooney would have to draw for 1 or hit for 1, depending on what happens to their shooter.
Let's see what Emily Anderson can do with her last stone here. Sneaks around that guard. Hits out the red,
Ooh.
but that yellow is also now out of
And
play.
it's a draw for, trying to draw for 1
Yep, draw for 1.
Okay.
on the 4-foot.
And this is the hammer.
Here we go.
Okay.
Sweepers early.
Just need to get it past the solidly into the
Just
8
needs
foot.
to get full white, and I think it's gonna.
I think they're going to do
I
it.
think
Get
they
there.
got it.
Oh,
Okay.
almost.
Yep. 1 red.
And that was,
Nice draw by Mooney there.
so after 4 ends, we have 4 for Team Mooney and 2 for Team Anderson as we go into the mid-game break. So been a pretty good game so far. We've seen a couple of runbacks and a couple of good hits over
There have been some
there.
good hits in this game.
They did have some minor difficulties with the weight earlier.
Trying to get Callie and Benjo, you know,
into
the frame.
Into the frame.
Oh,
Scoot
why?
over, Benjo. Just for a little bit. Lean over.
There we are.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, hi. Is it-
We can probably turn this
Your,
up.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
your
we could
face
just,
is your face is
Are we
right
still-
at the.
Are we there? Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
is that what we're streaming now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, hello.
Hello. Welcome to all our viewers.
Yeah, so that was a
Got
pretty
some-
good 4 ends.
That was a pretty good first half.
Yeah, you know, as a second-year curler, I'm always amazed by these runbacks.
Oh, there's been some really good runbacks, some really good hits. Some nice double takeouts there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. And,
We've seen maybe 3 or 4 in the past 4 ends, and just shows how high the quality is at this mixed playdowns.
so as a first-year curler, it's always impressive to see what people who have had much more experience can do.
Something for us to aspire
Something
to.
to aspire to, yes. It will take some time, but it will.
Yeah.
It's fun.
They make it
So
look.
again, if you're just joining us, we are streaming live from the Potomac Curling Club at the National Capital Curling Center
Yes.
in Laurel, down
Laurel,
here in
Maryland.
Maryland.
Just outside of DC.
Mm-hmm.
In here, watching some curling on a very rainy day.
A very rainy day. Oh, has it been raining?
Yeah, For those of us who
Yeah,
have
I've been here
not
since
been
maybe
outside,
12:30, so I haven't seen.
Oh.
it has been
what
very
was happening
drizzly
outside. Oh, really?
Yes.
Sorry, I've been here before 8 a.m. and it was not raining at that point in
Huh.
time.
It's been a cloudy, rainy day.
Oh, and if you do want to learn more about how to curl or more about our facility, perhaps renting it, that's available to
Renting
you.
it, coming to learn how to curl.
Or just watching any of the leagues that play throughout the week and weekend, normal weekends that is. Our website is www.curldc.org. That's CURLDC.org.
Yeah, so it's curldc.org. Um,
Please
and
visit.
we have
Please
a
visit.
ton of
Come and join
information
us.
there. Come and join
Yeah.
us. There's the Saturday breakfast,
Saturday breakfast, which
which
is a
is
great
open
time.
to guests.
They call it the Saturday morning breakfast
Extravaganza.
extravaganza.
And it is an extravaganza.
Really,
It
I've actually
is.
never
You
gotten
haven't?
into
No.
one because it's very hard to get the slot.
It can be hard to get to if you are not ready to go right when registration opens
Huh.
up and you are a guest.
But I heard
You're
there's a
gonna have
lot
some
of
hard times getting
bacon.
in. Yes,
That's
there's lots of bacon.
always
some
good. Lots
pancakes.
of bacon.
If you're a new person who hasn't curled before, you learn how to curl. You get some breakfast. You
Yeah.
go out. You play a game.
And come on, meet the
And if you
handsome
are-
and beautiful folks down here at the Potomac Curling Club.
And if you are somebody who actually knows how to curl, you can do some practice, get some training from somebody with more experience, and get some breakfast.
And some of our, there's always anyone at the club who is more than happy to help.
Everybody's happy to help out,
Everyone's
which is
pretty friendly here. We don't bite.
No, we don't.
we don't.
we
The
don't
stones
shoo you
might, but we
away.
do not.
Yeah, bite the edge of the 12, but that's about it. No, and just so you know, this is a gentlemanly sport. It's not one of those where there's a lot
There's
of
competition,
trash
but it's-
talking and getting in each other's faces.
It's a friendly competition.
It is. And
It
if, for
is.
example, you make a mistake, you admit it right away. For example, if you're sweeping a stone and your broom hits that stone while it's moving, that's called
let 'em know.
burning. And you would right away say, I just burned a stone, and you take it from there.
Here we go into the fifth.
They just went real quick.
Anderson
They weren't
with
waiting.
the hammer in this end.
Back to center line. Bite the center, bite the center line.
Yeah, they didn't wait for us to finish. Good heavens. Oh, and one more thing about the breakfast extravaganza. Indeed, it is not what you would call a typical hotel breakfast. The
Run by
eggs,
volunteers here.
The eggs are real eggs. We crack 5 dozen every Saturday morning when we have one of these. And real bacon
Real
and
bacon.
fried scrapple. Although our deep fryer is being replaced, so there's usually deep fried scrapple for those who want to try it or those who already love it. As I said, and we pretty much never have any extra eggs. It's 5
No.
dozen.
There's
Oh, and freshly made biscuits.
yes.
And the sign up is typically 10 days
10 days in advance.
in advance. So if
Wednesday
it's
evening, a week and a
Wednesday-
half ahead of time.
Yeah. So if the next Saturday is on the 16th, the sign up would be that Wednesday the 6th at 8 p.m. And we suggest you be online at what, 7:55?
Yeah, right about. You want to make sure that you are ready to go right when it opens. Openings don't stick around long because it is a very popular event.
And we would love to see everyone.
Both teams putting a few guards up there.
Sorry, we were talking breakfast foods.
Started to get a little hungry. Anderson looks
There we
like
go, there we
drawing
go.
behind the guards out front,
Ooh.
right on the edge of the forefoot.
Speaking of biting the 4. Okay, for those who don't know what that is, there's a good example. just touching.
Biting is basically where, because it is a rounded stone, the stone at the bottom may not be touching the paint, but if you look straight from above, if any part of the stone is over that line, it does count in the house.
And this one's got a good weight.
Wait, it's got to curl a little bit more.
Nope.
Maybe too much weight. Looks like they're going to try to come around and hide behind that guard out front.
So Team Anderson currently setting one. And they're going to try to put another one in there. So here's an interesting statistic I've uncovered. So as we said, the top two teams from this weekend's mixed playdowns will be representing the GNCC at the mixed national curling championships in Denver. And apparently the GNCC has won the national championship title only 2 times.
Okay.
And we, of course, are rooting for them and try to get the GNCC's third. Washington has 13 titles. Wisconsin has 11.
As a Wisconsin native, go Wisconsin. On Wisconsin.
Minnesota with 5. North Dakota with 4. Mid-America with 2. Illinois with 2. Grand National with 2. Alaska and Great Lakes each have 1. And Mountain Pacific region has no championship titles yet.
Ooh, that's...
Nicely
And
done.
I
It looks
think
like
it
it's
just
got some good...
outscores
It did.
the yellow.
I think so, and it's got some nice cover by the red guard out front. Benjo,
Yes.
do you know why you should always teach your children to curl?
Why?
So that they learn to sweep the house?
I like that. You have read up on your curling jokes. How many more have you got in there?
Let's see. What else do I got? You can't use them all at once. You
Yeah,
gotta save
that's
some
true.
of them up. We've
Yeah.
got
Well,
a few
let's-
more ends here.
Let's drop one like every 2 ends.
Every couple
Yeah.
of ends. Come up with some more.
Sprinkle them in.
Just gonna try to do a run back. Seen a couple of good run backs, and
I think that's
see another one here. And
Hit a guard.
they clear that.
Clear the guard.
Not the worst result.
yeah.
It opens,
Sometimes you gotta get rid of the guards.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing that I don't see a lot during the recreational leagues. People, or a lot of skips don't tend to call for taking out these guards.
I think people don't tend to take out the guards. They also don't tend to do as many run backs.
And I would suppose it's all down to skill.
I think there is probably
Not a
some
lot
skill
of
there.
trust in their front end people.
Not a matter of trust. Just, as you said, a lot of us beginner curlers, we're still learning.
Well, hey, we're in Pizza League for the pizza.
Some of us.
Not the
Although
curling. We're here for the pizza.
we're here for the pizza.
What's nice is, I don't know about the two of you, I've done a fair number of Tuesday matinee, which is a
Oh,
little bit
Tuesday
more-
matinee is great.
Tuesday matinee is great
Yeah.
for somebody who, there's very little pressure. It's not for, titles. It's really just to kind of come out, practice your curling.
And you do get
friendly game.
You do tend to get some good instruction.
Yes, it's nice because there is a mix of experienced and less experienced players.
Kevin, I see Kevin a lot there. Dennis, Scott, of course.
Scott, of course. There's a good variety of people, and everybody is always willing to give you some pointers.
That just clipped.
Okay.
Just
Sorry, I
clipped the
should have
red
hit that
guard.
sooner.
So they're still sitting shot and it's still behind one of the guards there.
Yeah, I think so. But like,
They're just going to try to sit on that yellow. So sitting on those stones is it's a useful tactic, and then they could possibly do something with it in their next few stones.
whoa, 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 whoa. I think it's a good idea. Whoa. Take a little roll. Little roll. That's fine.
Not quite sure if that was what they were intending to do.
Yeah, but they seem okay and happy with it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Looks like Team Anderson is checking their options.
So they do have a couple of options here. They're thinking of putting a guard there. They're also thinking of doing a hit and roll over there on the right. So they do have stone, and they would want a couple of stones in play in the house.
Anderson with the hammer.
And they did decide to put that guard over there. Take away the run back to hit out their yellow in the 8 foot.
Okay. So skip Mark Mooney's first stone here.
So going to try to draw behind into the 4 foot.
Hoping for a little cover from those in the 8 foot. We've got some nice backing by that red stone in the back of the 8 foot.
Here we go.
Okay.
Looks like it might be there.
Looks like it may not curl as much as they were thinking.
But it could.
Yeah, not
But it
quite
is
as much as I
exposed.
think they wanted.
But
And they're going to go for the
Hit and roll
and,
there.
and roll a bit behind all those tones.
it is shot at this point in time.
It
That's
is
a pretty
shot at
good
this
shot. Try to put as many as you can in there.
They can hit and roll and get that one under cover. sets them up nicely going into the final stones.
Mixed curling, of course, goes up until 8th end, not 10. So there is some urgency to getting those points in.
And with the score sitting 4-2, Anderson looking to put at least a couple of points on the board.
Sweepers are on it early.
Not sure it's going to make it around those guards.
Will be curled.
No. Little too light there.
Yeah, it was light. And they're going to try to do the same thing. So if Mark Mooney does get it into the forefoot, it's going to be a bit tricky for Team Anderson to get their deuce.
They were probably hoping to score more than one here, but
Right now, Team Mooney sitting 1. Looks like that side is running a bit straight, and they're not going to get it in. But they are sitting 1 and 2.
they are sitting 2 right now.
So they could use
They could
the
use that one on
front
the
red. If they draw heavy, just tap it back and roll into the forefoot. Or tap
Do you
both of
think-
them
yeah.
enough.
If they could
and
get both
2.
of them enough, they could get 2.
They do need a deuce to tie things up. And here we go.
Okay, this is the hammer. Team Anderson here.
Sweepers is clean.
Oh, okay, so it makes it around the guards.
False.
All it has to do is... Oh, is it enough?
Ooh.
Oh.
I think it
I think
might
it
have
might
made
be.
it. Yeah.
Either that or they're going to
Not
call.
that clear.
They're calling for a measurement.
This is the most nail-biting part.
Yeah, it
Or
looks
are
close.
they?
It's kind of hard to see.
It
with
is
the,
really close, and it's always
fisheye
hard.
lens.
Oh, they are bringing out
The
a measuring
device.
tool.
They're taking the other stones out of the way.
Down to these 2. And this device will tell us which of these 2 is closer. A lot more exact than just looking with your eyes.
All nice officials quickly on the sheet to do the measure. And again, these officials actually have to do a lot of training and certification to be eligible to be officials for these types of events.
Okay.
And we have Christine Alessi now measuring stones out on sheet B. And it was red.
It's closer.
Huh.
Is that red one or?
I thought that was yellow. Look from the screen, that was yellow.
It was really close.
It was
That
really
just goes to
close.
show you that looking at
Yeah.
our screen with the camera, you can't always tell.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Team Anderson.
Had to have that steal there.
Just a little bit more, I think they would have gotten it.
It was just a hair too light. Now, Benjo, you mentioned that Washington had won the most.
Washington State.
Washington State.
Yeah.
Do you know what they aren't? Sweepless in Seattle.
That's not a curling joke, though. That was a
Kind of.
reserve.
Sweepless.
Oh,
Sweep.
sweepless. Oh, wow.
Sweepless.
You just
Seattle.
come
Sweepless.
up with that on the fly. Better get a new award for the end of the year.
Worst curling commentating?
No.
Comedian of the year.
Most. Oh, there's got to be something for that.
The punniest jokes or something.
Yeah.
Jokester. Punniest jokester, whatever.
Most dad jokes.
Oh no, let's not do dad jokes.
Ah.
Let's do a bit of some public service announcements.
Don't drink and drive.
No, well,
That too.
I was actually just going to announce like a couple of events that are coming up.
Yeah, we've got what?
We've got the Cherry Blossom Bonspiel here at the Potomac Curling Club going on
God bless you.
from March 21st to 24th. And it's going to be a great Bonspiel. It's one of our
Signature events
signature
here.
events here at the Potomac Curling Club.
And for those who don't know, Bonspiel is curling talk for tournament.
Just means tournament.
Yep.
Yeah, for
But
our,
in curling, we always want to have our own words for what other people might have a common word for. Curling gets its own words.
But we do use words like biting.
yeah,
Hammer.
We do
Hammer.
need to inform our non-curlers in the audience about these terms.
How many non-curlers do you think we have in our audience right
I don't
now?
know. Maybe
how
like
many,
one or
audience
two out
members?
of the 37
So we've got
watching.
37 people watching. For the one or two of you who don't know about curling.
And the rest who probably have the volume turned down to mute.
You
We
know, if
hope
we're
not.
just talking to ourselves, that's
No.
okay.
We get paid either way.
We get paid the same amount depending on who curl, on who is listening.
Which is doesn't matter, you know. This extra tiebreaker should put us into double time
Oh, yes.
because 2 times 0 is
Still 0. And it looks like just slowing down there. Currently just-
nothing in the house yet.
Yeah, just a bunch of guards.
Hey, we got a new viewer. We're up to 38
38.
from 37.
Ooh. How'd that
Welcome
happen?
A
to
3%
whomever joined
increase
us.
in our viewership.
And we thank you for joining.
We're getting
probably not. Oh,
Oh,
I
there
think-
are probably 0 people watching who don't at least
Oh,
have
no.
some knowledge of curling terms.
Oh,
At 10:30 p.m. on a Saturday night.
yeah. I mean, you could be washing your hair.
Yeah.
Ooh, what do we got here?
So taking out that red guard.
Took that out of play.
Clear things up, and they're going to try to put it back in.
Gotta come around them. No, I think we come around the centers, yeah.
So we have a bunch of guards.
Count
Front of
6
the house.
guards still out there.
Sorry, just changed the camera. Except that one.
Making it a little bit hard to get into the house there. It looks like this one might block off that one space that was kind of open on that side.
Goodness, 7 guards.
They might have been struggling with some of their draw weights this end.
Looks like Mooney's calling for a draw around all of those guards. Trying the side that doesn't have a bunch of guards.
Yes. Dion, I agree with you. It was a bad time to come up short.
This one looks like it'll make it around the guards.
Okay.
Hoping for a bit of cover. It's about what, half covered there?
At least. At least.
Yeah, so this is interesting. It seems like you can only come in from the left with all those guards blocking up the right side of the sheet.
Trying to get it around those guards there. And they do sneak past that one guard.
Ooh, barely, wow.
Oh,
And they tap it just enough.
tap it just enough to
That
get it out.
was-
Get it out of play.
Very
That
nicely
was a
done.
good-
That was nice.
Very nicely done.
and they're going to try to do the same thing.
To steal or a force of 1 with all those guards, Dion, you may absolutely be right.
It is going to be hard for Anderson to get much more back in the house.
She follows that same line.
This one went a bit wider.
Yes, it did.
Trying to let it curl a little bit more. And very close there.
One point of
Or
clarification.
they might have wanted to,
They might, yeah,
yeah, sorry, they didn't want to hit it out.
no.
Let's see, a point of clarification. We
Yes,
joke
yes.
about not being paid, but the whole club is volunteer, and we all do what we do
Because we want to.
because we want
like
to,
it.
and for the love of the game. It is a heck of a lot of fun, and everyone here, and I would assume at most curling clubs, are more than happy to give you tips and pointers and encourage you. So if you mess up, You laugh about it and move on. Right, back to the important part. Was that a public service announcement too?
That was.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Fine.
So
Okay.
there's yellow is sitting one,
Mm-hmm.
and
They need that
the
one.
double is there. That was
Oh, it is.
Well, they wanted to get that red out without messing up their
yeah,
shot
that was the
rock.
risk there. Because this is definitely a very doable double.
Mark Mooney, skip, taking his first shot.
Still have a pretty good crowd of about 25, 30 people here in the warm room.
Thinned out a bit, but still a decent crowd for late on a Saturday.
They might
Here we
get
are.
it.
Here we are.
Uh,
Ooh. Huh?
Well,
Got one.
they got one out.
they got one. Yellow is shot.
I was going to say, at
Yes.
this angle, for us, it looks like yellow.
I think it is.
It is yellow.
I think it is.
Well,
yeah, I think
there's-
you've got a better angle on
Yeah.
it, Benjo.
3 more stones to go in this end.
So they're going to try to hit and roll and hide behind all those guards.
Hoping to
I
lie
think
two
it's
after
a
this.
it's a great call.
Mm-hmm.
So she needs to get the inside, maybe 1/4 of the inside of that red rock to roll in. And there's
You know
a
she's
lot of
serious
guards
because
there.
she took off her jacket.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of guards to
There you go.
hide behind, so
Okay.
for
Okay.
that sweep,
It's curling a bit.
looks a bit
I
light.
don't think they're gonna. Yeah, it's
Oh.
curling too much.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, it promoted theirs, so it's
Mm.
definitely shot.
Definitely shot. Looks like Mooney trying to draw in here.
Yeah, so they're just going to draw in and make it difficult to take. And then with all those cards in front, it's going to be difficult for
Cuts off a lot of
Team
paths.
Anderson to take that out and get their deuce. They could try attempt a run back if that happens,
Good.
but they're going to have to do it
It's gonna be a lot
very
trickier.
accurately. It's going to be definitely a lot trickier. But we've seen a couple of good run backs so far, so hey, you never know.
Nope.
Okay. Let's see what Mooney's got.
Looks like it's a bit
Ooh,
light.
little light.
Trying to get it there. Oh.
Decent sweeping, but it looks like that's going to give Anderson the opportunity to. It looks like they're debating their shots there.
I was going to say, right now they're sitting one.
Mm-hmm.
Just have to
But
draw in close.
they'd like to definitely score 2 in this end.
So
So
just
they only need to get
the full 8.
One
touch
completely in the
forefoot
yeah,
or full white.
full white, which it looks like that's. They're just going to try to draw in there.
The 8-foot circle.
So her past few shots, she has struggled a bit with her draw weights. And they definitely would want to get that deuce since they're down 2 to 5, sorry. With 3 ends remaining in this draw.
2 ends after this.
Weight looks better on this one.
Yes.
They're curling now.
Just keep a close eye.
They might do it.
So, I don't know, they're feverishly sweeping it. Let's see, let's see.
Lots of sweeping. Okay.
And they
Got it.
So 2 for Anderson there.
A deuce for Team Anderson.
Very nice.
Brings our score to 5 for Mooney, 4 for Anderson. We're going into the 7th end here. Mooney has the hammer.
What a wonderful day of curling, Benjo.
Indeed it is.
Been a lot of fun.
So a couple more public service announcements on behalf of the GNCC. So I just got their newsletter earlier today, and the newsletter has a couple of events coming up, or lists a couple of events coming up in April. From April 5th to April 7th. Curling the Gathering 2019 is happening at the Rochester Curling Club, April 10 to 14. Plainfield Curling Club is hosting the Bond Squeal. So,
Which Bunspiel is that in
Bond
Plainfield?
Squeal.
Bond Squeal?
Squeal, yes.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one before.
And Plymouth Rocks Curling Club is hosting their 5th annual Mud Spiel at the Plymouth State University Ice Arena from April 12 to
Mud?
April 14.
Mud?
So these are
Oh,
Mud
boy.
Spiel.
Okay. Yeah, we get a little creative with
Might want to, with the names, right?
with the names. Yes, we do.
So if you're looking for a Bond Spiel, might want to check these events out. Not too sure if registration is still open, but it's worth looking at it at the very least.
And if you
Try
happen,
to support our fellow members in the GNCC.
fellow clubs, and if you happen to be in the area, you are, I would assume, welcome to come and watch and see what all this exciting is. Okay, Dion has let us know that the Bond Squeal has a whole roasted pig one night.
Ooh,
Well, that makes
That's
sense.
my
I would
kind of tournament.
I was going to say, Benjo, there you go. Thank you, Dion. Benjo is going to start booking
Yeah,
his
that's gonna-
plans.
whole roasted pig reminds me of the Philippines.
Oh. Okay, it is in the house.
A piece of trivia, by the way, I just learned that the Philippines is trying to set up a Philippine Curling Association.
Really?
Uh,
Kind of like the Jamaican bobsled
pretty
group?
much. Yeah, I
Yeah.
emailed with one of the organizers, and then they told me one of their goals was to compete in the Pacific Asia Championships
Ah.
in 3 to 4 years.
Oh, setting up. Okay.
Interesting.
And apparently they've had some interest from Filipino Canadians and Filipino Swiss.
Oh, I'm sure.
Pretty sure.
Some, you know.
Yeah, they're going to get lots of good input.
Oh, I bet. You know, if you're sitting in Canada, you go, well, what can I,
Yeah,
contribute? I
for
can help
sure.
start out the Filipino curling.
And, probably be media darlings like the Jamaican bobsled team.
Yes. Oh, wait. Now, hold on. Dion, dude, lots of good information from you. We thank you, thank you, thank you. He has let us know that at the Bondsquill, besides the whole roasted pig one night, they do an awesome fish fry on another night.
I love a
And
fish
that
fry.
this is a quite a fun spiel, and it does sell out quickly.
Huh.
So, there you go. Take
Dion,
a
bringing us the important information.
take a quick little mini vacation in Plainfield, New Jersey. And meet some fun curlers.
Plainfield Curling Club, one of two curling clubs in New Jersey, according to Wikipedia.
The,
The
the
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, the repository for all knowledge. If it's in
All
Wikipedia,
knowledge.
If it's on
true.
the internet, it's true.
You can't put
It's-
anything
yeah,
on the
it's,
internet that isn't true.
Gone are the days when we had volumes of encyclopedias.
You used to have to go to the library.
Or the
Used to have to go to
Britannica,
the
yeah.
Britannica and
the sales,
World
yeah.
Book Encyclopedia.
Our family has one.
Team Mooney now trying to clear out that guard, open things up, or maybe do that
Ooh.
from back.
Interesting.
Taking out one of those yellow stones with them. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely opened things up. Dion letting us know that I'm going to say it wrong. Dion letting us
Schenectady,
yeah,
Schenectady.
I can't
where
say
we
it.
have
I just don't have
56.
Team Francis Dykes next week. Okay.
Oh, the Dykes are
Oh
next
yeah,
week.
that's next week.
That's right.
Okay. So Dion definitely knows the curling circuit.
Says he is the GNCC chair for the Dykes, and they do the social media for the region as well. I've been around, quote unquote. Okay, that's what Dion says. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've heard great things about the Dykes,
I've heard that as well.
and I'd love to compete
56 teams there now.
sometime
Yeah,
in the
that's
future.
kind of scary.
That's a lot of
That
teams.
is a lot of teams, and it's named after Francis Dykes.
Mm-hmm.
The Dykes tournament, of course, is for curlers with 5 or fewer years of experience.
Okay, here we go. So, shout out from Schenectady. There you go.
Hitting it back, but that red stone is still shot rock.
Still shot.
Mark Mooney calling for that hidden roll.
Well,
Hide behind that red guard.
there we go.
Yep.
Plenty of weight there.
Whoa.
Sweepers on it early.
Close. Whoa.
Called up by Skip, and they
Definite
knows
takeout.
Didn't stick, didn't manage
That
to roll
yellow.
with that one. Looks like Team Anderson about to attempt pretty much the same shot.
Yeah, they just have to be careful that they don't nudge their yellow in the 4-foot out too wide.
I think planning to hit the red and hopefully roll behind that guard out front.
And they might get it.
Yeah, definitely hit.
Indeed.
Ooh.
A little bit of roll there. How much cover do you think that has? It's hard to tell from my angle.
A little.
Might see maybe half of it,
Maybe half. Okay.
half or a third of it.
Looks like he wants to peel
Yeah,
the
but
guard.
Team Mooney has hammered this end.
Yep.
Sweeping it early.
Yep.
Trying to do that run back.
Yep. Hard.
Seen a couple of good ones.
Okay.
And just misses.
Yeah.
Not quite as planned.
Peeled that guard away.
You have a couple of options here.
Looks like they're planning on coming in potentially in front of those two in the 4-foot.
Swinging for back 4 ways, guys. Just want to tap it, frozen.
Sounds like hoping to tap that
Yeah, tap that yellow
second
back.
rock into shot rock, maybe.
Nudge it a little.
That's the beauty of having a tiebreaker where there's just one game going on. You can hear
You can actually hear what they're
what they're saying and not necessarily the other 3 games.
Emily Anderson with the first of her 2 skip stones.
Line's a little tight. Go then.
Sweepers on it
Sweeping
early.
hard.
Trying to hold the line.
All the way. Gotta go. Whoa, take a look. Easy. Take the walk. Clean. Close. Yep. Yep, shoot. Yep, yep, yep.
Ooh, here we go, here we go.
Beauty. Real nice sweep, guys.
Ooh.
Just what they called for. Again, talent, skill to aspire to for us just
For us
starting out.
newbies.
So they're in a pretty good spot if
It'd be hard to
Team Mooney tries to run back. Their yellow in the 4-foot could just sit on the red at the back.
and Mooney with the hammer this end.
Team Anderson trying to steal.
Discussing their options.
Looks like John watching in Plainfield.
Oh, hey.
Shout out to our
Giving
friends.
a shout out to our Plainfield friends.
Our friends
Yes,
in
Team
Plainfield
Moon.
Curling Club. Quite a number of teams from Plainfield playing this weekend, playing here this weekend.
Team Mooney is a blend of Plainfield, Jersey, and Chicago. Well, Team Anderson is a blend of.
Philly and Broomstones.
Broomstones Curling Club, of course, is in Massachusetts.
Okay.
This will be the first of Mark Mooney's stones this end.
So I think they're trying to get those two in the front out.
Mm-hmm. Open things up a little bit when they have the hammer. Plenty of weight there.
Yeah, the sweepers are
Just cleaning the ice.
running to catch up.
Ooh.
Okay.
Kind of blew things up a little there.
Definitely opened up in
Mm-hmm.
the middle of the house. Still got Anderson lying too.
At this time, yes.
Anderson about to throw their last stone.
Looking at their options. Any more public service announcements, Benjo?
That's it for now. I just
Okay,
read off
sorry.
the GNCC digital newsletter for February 15.
Nice pronunciation of February.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't want to get tongue-tied with that.
It's the most difficult month to pronounce. Sorry,
I didn't know you ran out.
What?
I thought you had one more.
oh, I'm sure we could come up with
Yeah,
something.
we'd come up with something. We
see.
could make
Okay.
up some events if you want.
No. Oh, the one thing we do have here at Potomac, we usually do it in the fall, is our Embassy Row Bonspiel, where we pick the theme based on a different country every year. This past Bonspiel was Scotland. Now, granted, we know Scotland is part of Great Britain. However, we do have a member who is born and raised in Scotland. So we were treated to some Scottish treats, foods and eats and that sort, and Americanized version of haggis. So somebody has to think of what we're going to do next year, what country. I believe they've done Italy, Germany, Korea. And that's one that we do here. The other special one that we do here in the fall at Potomac, it's the country's first LGBTQ and friends Bonspiel called the Glitter Bombspiel. And that's in the fall. That one was a lot of fun.
I had actually not yet joined the club when that one happened. I think that was
Oh.
right around the time. So I heard a little bit about it, but I think I missed that one.
Oh, you were.
I know.
The
I
folks
missed
are
out.
invited to dress up however
I
you
saw
want.
some pictures. Lots of great costumes. Mark Mooney with the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're going to try to hit and stick. Take their one. They're going to get there.
I think so.
Barely missing that.
Oh.
Ooh.
And a steal of one
a
for
steal
Anderson.
of one for Anderson.
Okay, that brings our score tied at 5, coming into the 8th end now.
But they do have a hammer for
They
the
do
final
have
land,
hammer.
so there have been a couple of games earlier in the afternoon that have been tied up at the 8th end, and we've had to had a couple
done
of
extra
extra ends
Extra ends a couple of times.
a couple of times here.
Mm-hmm.
to the quality of the curling that we're having.
So again, both Team Mooney and Team Anderson fighting for that 4th semifinal slot
To be played tomorrow.
to be played tomorrow. Top 2 teams, of course, from the GNCC mixed Playdowns will go on to represent the GNCC at the Nationals.
Over in
Denver.
Denver, Colorado. So today's, again,
A lot at stake with this game.
yes, and another nice place to visit. Take a mini vacay.
Get the 2-guard there.
Yeah.
For those
Dion,
not
you're-
watching the those not watching the chat, Dion War, the gentleman from Schenectady, a first-year curler doing commentary. You must be hooked on the sport. You're first.
I am
I'm
a first
first. Benjo, is this your first
I
as
think
well?
this is your second.
So I started with curling 1-to-1 in March or February, so it might be
Okay.
pushing on to my second, I guess.
So
I
yes,
mean, I've been less than a year. I think my first learn to curl was in April of last year.
April, huh?
I think mine was in March of last year.
Yeah, I was part of that wave of people from the
Everybody coming after the gold medal
after
win.
the Olympics. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, that was me as well.
part of the
well,
bandwagon.
Too heavy on that one for
Right through the house.
Mooney, right through the house.
Yeah, and I've been wanting for many years to try it,
Well,
and finally said, okay, that is it.
and I think that was the gold medal win was the push to actually get involved.
Indeed. Well, for example, this club last year had 250 members. This fall, it grew to 350. So you've got a
I heard we're
40% increase.
Pushing 400 right now.
Yeah, we've had some joining the. So luckily, there are 4 sheets.
Yes. No, it's
Some clubs don't have that much room. I hope one day they can expand. Dion War has let us know that he's in his 21st season. Okay.
okay. So you've had a
21st
little bit of
season.
time on us.
All right.
Just a little bit.
Still a little bit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little time. Well, if you're ever in the DC area,
Sneaking
Dion,
around that
or anyone
guard.
else, please come on down.
Getting Anderson Stone. It looks like out of play there.
Yeah, I think they were trying to just bump off the yellow the yellow guard just enough to the side.
This is all coming down to the 8th end.
Sweepers on it early.
Slowing down a lot.
Yeah, it is. And they're really working to drag it across the hog.
They will get
Just
it
barely
across.
gets it there.
You sure? I can't see it from here, so
No,
hold on.
They just got it.
Try to do
Ah.
the run
Oh,
back and take
barely see it.
out both guards.
There it is. There you can see it, folks. Sorry about that.
Yeah, this of course is the 6th rock, so they can now take out the guards in the free guard
Yeah,
zone.
anything you want.
And looks
Dion
like-
Ward letting us know that he has already played in Potomac a couple of times.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Well, you are welcome anytime.
they got it.
Okay.
Mooney still sitting 1. All right.
Oh, that pick. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Ooh.
That's not even gonna.
No.
Must be frustrating for that to happen on the 8th end with
Score tied.
Things
like
tied
this.
up.
Mhm.
definitely see the frustration on Team Anderson's faces.
Oh, good evening, Brian.
Trying to open things up again. They, of course, have Hammer.
Looks like they're
would like to keep things open and just draw in at the end for their single
All they
point
need-
to win it.
Tied up. All they need to do is score one. Okay. You're really sweeping hard to get it across the hog there.
I see Team Anderson trying to put some guards in that they could hide behind, and Team
Mooney
Mooney
just picking
trying
them
to
off.
keep things clear at the center because they have the hammer.
I have one counter at this time.
Sweepers on it early, and looks like might
Plenty of weight.
just knows it or not.
Okay.
Okay. And according to Brian Dauerheim, he's telling us that Don Arsenault, or Arsenault, however you prefer, of Team Mooney is trying to make it to his third national Bonspiel this year.
Okay.
Okay,
A
because
lot at
he
stake.
is. Yep. He's already in the senior nationals and men's clubs.
Oh, wow.
A very good player here today, this weekend. They're fighting for this last spot in the semis.
Trying to do the same thing.
Trying to lay up some guards.
Ooh.
I think this.
Of course, at this level, you expect people to make their shots and not just hope for an error the way we
The way
at
we
Pizza
do in
League
our,
or Tuesday Social
Or
Do it.
Saturday mornings.
Saturday mornings.
Where when you start out, you're just hoping you can keep a stone in play.
Yes, get it across the hog line, and then of course, then when you overcorrect, it's like, doggone it, why do I keep hitting that?
They can take both of these guards out, keep things open,
Oh goodness, the
and
stone
they just
is
need
moving.
to hit the middle.
Okay.
Get one.
In play, but not a counter.
Still there.
Down to skip stones.
It's going to be a tough one for Anderson to.
Yeah, with things
Eke
very
out.
clear in the house, it's very hard to hide
Hard
behind
to steal.
something, hard to steal. So it's going to be very challenging for Team Anderson.
Mooney's definitely done their job of keeping things pretty clear up there.
Yeah, but I have seen in one of the earlier games something similar, but they were able to steal.
Oh, I'm
One.
not saying they're out of it yet.
Oh, they're definitely not. It's just more difficult to do.
A bit more difficult.
Starting to curl.
Just need to slow down and curl a little bit.
And our viewership is up to 41.
Woohoo! that a
Another
new-
3 or 4% increase in viewership. Or more, actually.
I would say more than 4%.
Yeah, that's almost
almost
10.
I would say almost 10%.
Yeah.
From the beginning of this game?
No, from the last update.
What, 37?
Oh.
From 38.
38.
Oh.
Still a decent crowd here at the club.
Oh, yes. People from different teams making new friends. That is one thing about curling. There's some great camaraderie. Another part of why we're addicted.
So Mark Mooney just has to
Clear out this yellow.
clear out all the yellows.
And they do have hammer.
And once they do, they'll have their single point to win.
That's
There's a
little
minor opportunity for Team Anderson to hide behind those two reds. Need to draw into the 4-foot.
Okay, we've got some more information about Don Arsenal. He's also coaching Patty's team. We're not sure who Patty is at the Women's Club Nationals. And John is telling us he is most likely going to coach the Ukrainian national mixed double
Interesting.
team
Huh.
from Plainfield.
Interesting.
Looks like Team Anderson taking their timeout.
Yes. Good time
Teams,
to
of
discuss.
course, get one timeout each. So they get a minute for the timeout plus another 30 seconds for travel time.
Or 45, depending.
Yeah. So if you've been watching some of these international tournaments, you'd see the coaches running down during a timeout to discuss things over with their teams.
And we are told that Don, in addition to coaching and playing, has a day job.
Wow.
I'm not sure
you.
how he manages to keep that all up, but
Oh,
thank you. In theory.
And a day job
well, I
in
suppose
theory.
with that much curling.
Yeah, but a lot of professional curlers do have day
They've
jobs.
got
Like
day
even
jobs.
the U.S. men's team have day jobs.
They all have day jobs. Well, they've got to do something in the off season.
That is one thing about the Potomac Curling Club. We do close down, quote unquote, mid-April, and then the club opens back up late August to start building the ice. So we unfortunately are not a 12-month open club.
Yeah. Emily Anderson's last stone here.
Oh, the worm room is available for meetings, get-togethers, parties, birthday parties, etc.
It's going to be close. All right, got to finish it.
All right, let's watch. Let's watch. Get it behind.
Ooh. Oh, wow, that
Okay.
was close. So all Mark Mooney has to do is to hit and take this yellow out for the win.
All right, we've been told Patty is Patty Hefner. We've been calling her Patricia Hefner on the lead on Team Mooney.
Right.
Okay, thank you
Yes.
for the clarification.
Thank you. And as a PSA to those who heard us talking about all of the delightful food at the Bondsqueal, it is
Squeal.
the Bondsqueal. It is still open for out-of-town teams.
Get your
Okay.
spot while you can.
All right, here we
Here's
go.
the hammer.
All right,
Here
this
we
is
go. Ooh, it
For all
looks
the balls.
close. Ooh.
it. All right, we're going right to the end here. Right to the end.
Oh.
Oh,
That was
Did
a
it.
great sweep to keep the line.
Great sweeping.
okay.
Two red, and
Yep.
Team Mooney takes the W, and the final semifinal slot
Has been filled.
has been filled. And we have our lineup for tomorrow. Team
The 4 teams include Team Pulley,
Team Pulley, Team
Team
Shaw,
Shaw, Team Clausen,
Clausen,
and
Now, Team
Team
Mooney.
Mooney.
So it's going to be Team Pulley versus Team Mooney for the first semifinal, and Team Shaw versus Team Clausen in the second semifinal. And again, the top 2 teams meeting in the final will go on to represent the Grand National Curling Club at the Nationals in Denver. And we're hoping to push up the number of championships up to 3.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Yeah, I would think we have a really good chance to win that. So there you have it, folks. It was It was a nail biter till the end. And it was
Move in.
it was
Hello.
definitely great commentating.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
Bunch
Late
of
on a
first
Saturday.
and second years over here, trying to sound professional and
We
try
hope
to
we've convinced you that we know what we're talking about.
Oh, a
and
little
try not
bit
to
of what we're
embarrass
talking about.
ourselves and not to embarrass Potomac.
Not to embarrass Potomac. Club.
But it's been great. It's
been
been
great
a
to have you
great
guys with
day
us.
of curling. A lot of good
Really
games.
good
A lot
curling.
of fantastic shots made today. And it's almost sad to see things draw to a close today.
But we're
But
excited to see the
we're excited to see the
semifinals
semifinals and the
tomorrow.
final tomorrow. Semifinals are starting at sometime in the morning, and the finals.
Sorry, we just don't have it in front of us.
Yeah, we did. I did have that in front of me.
All right, poor planning.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry.
Poor planning,
Yeah.
guys.
Hurry. Just a second.
Hurry hard. Yeah.
Hard,
All
very
right,
hard.
here we go.
Okay.
So we have semifinals tomorrow at 9 in the
9
morning,
Ooh.
9 a.m., and the final at 1 p.m. So those matches will again be live streamed here.
We hope you'll join us again.
We hope you'll join us again here at the Potomac Curling Club. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. You can also follow us via Instagram and on Twitter at CurlDC.
And the website, as we've said previously.
Website is curldc.org. And we hope to see you at some of our future events. And we
Feel
hope
free to come and join us.
come and join us. Hope you keep tuning in to our live broadcast. We work hard to bring you
Only the best.
only the best. That
You're hearing some flapping for Team Mooney coming off the ice right now.
only the best that first and second curlers can bring
Only
you.
the best
Second year
curling
curlers can bring you.
commentating.
So once again, signing off. This is Benjo.
This is Callie.
And Janine's over here.
All right, it's been great.
been great having you
Great
guys with
having
us.
you, and thank you for watching us. Hope to see you again. Good night.
Good night.
night.